Welcome back. Some doctors are calling this flu season as one of the worst in decades. Millions of Americans have gotten sick and unfortunately thousands have died. Our unusual flu season is the topic of this week's Perspectives with Eric Reynolds. He joins us now for a preview. Eric, good to see you.
Thank you.
Glad to say we're both in decent
That's
health.
right now.
As of right now. So our area is one of the ones that has been a little bit harder hit too.
At one time, maybe a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about Alabama being ground zero.
Wow.
And that's fortunately for people getting the flu. Fortunately, we've been very blessed as far as deaths and serious illnesses. The state of Alabama right now, 3 deaths, none of the pediatric age, so the kids are doing fine here. But nationally, the numbers are just unbelievable, and the amount of deaths related to the flu are over 4,000 at this time. And we aren't even in the midst of the major part.
Right. So the major part is still to come. So let's talk about maybe why. Does anyone know why this year's strain seems to have such a major impact?
You know, I asked that question to our 3 doctors, the experts on this, and they said they wish they could tell us an answer to nail that down, but it's difficult because every year it's a little different, and the strains do their little thing where I guess mutating and they become a little different, a little stronger, and of course the vaccines not lining up exactly, but they say in their opinion, you still come out ahead if you get the vaccination as far as how quickly you deal with the flu and getting rid of it. But it's something that they can't nail it down, but one of the things that's so important, people practicing good hygiene and washing your hands. And they were talking about how that virus can stick on the wood or furniture for 24 hours. That's scary.
That is scary.
Isn't that scary?
So it's one of those things where it seems like kind of an ancient and old philosophy as to how to say is wash your hands. But it really is something you have to take to heart. And
cleaning the surfaces, like when we work around a lot of people and machines and computer tops and things of that sort, you've got to wipe things down. And of course, washing those hands, especially, we shake hands a lot with people. And so we've got to be very mindful of that.
So I want to get back to something you said about this year's vaccine. So for the folks out there, what they usually try to do is match the vaccine with the flu strain that's going around. There's kind of an issue this year that you were talking about where it hasn't really quite worked out.
And this year the B came out, and you usually hear about A and B strains and the shots lining up to that. The B came out earlier, and things really started happening in September. And now we're about to enter the the final part of the season that they think is in February, but they say it could last as long as May. And so there are concerns about the different variances, but they still say that it's the best thing to do as far as preparing yourself to address the flu, going ahead and getting the vaccination. But unfortunately, every year there's a little variance, and so we've got to do those hygiene things, along the way. And of course, to talk about the coughing, definitely do it in the arm instead of just sneezing or in your hand. And it's scary when you hear the national numbers, but again, fortunately in Alabama, we've done quite well. And our 3 experts, one from the Mobile County Health Department, and then 2 from USA, and the Children's and Women's Hospital is one of the busiest emergency rooms in the state.
Well, as you discussed, potentially ground zero, but so far, as a whole, the big numbers, the fatalities, the major illnesses, we've avoided some of that in some way. If you want to find out all this information, take a look at this further in depth. When can they watch this week's Perspective? Tomorrow
morning, 9 a.m. That's Saturday mornings right here on Fox 10 following Asha and Matt. And of course, if you miss us, we're on the Fox 10 YouTube and the website for all this information. And it's something that parents definitely need to be on top of.
Our whole family got the flu vaccine at the same time, all 4 of us at the same appointment, same day. So hopefully, like you said, it still has some sort of impact. All right, Eric, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Joe.
As we shake
shaking hands.
See?
Going on.
That's what we got to talk about here. All right, coming up, another edition of Something to Chew On with Real Simple Magazine. Today we're learning how to make better pancakes. Stick around, you're going to want to see this.